So this weekend, MSNBC reporters Carol Leonnig and Ken Dilanian got a gargantuan scoop. Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, was caught on tape accepting $50,000 in cash after indicating he could help businessmen secure potentially lucrative government contracts from the Trump administration. That was the promise. Now, only the businessmen weren't actually businessmen. They were, of course, undercover FBI agents. Again, just an incredible scoop they got. This reporting is based on conversations with multiple people familiar with the probe, as well as internal documents reviewed by MSNBC. This undercover operation happened last September, so a year ago. It took place before Trump even won re-election. And at the time, the FBI had been investigating someone else who claimed that Homan was soliciting payments in exchange for awarding government contracts if Trump won the election. So FBI agents hid cameras and posed as businessmen and recorded Homan accepting $50,000 in cash from them. Can't make it up. Now, according to sources familiar with the matter, because the cash grab happened before the election and before Homan was actually a government official, the FBI and Justice Department sat on that recording and waited to see if he would try to hold up his end of the bargain once in office. But after Trump became president, his Justice Department shut the investigation down, claiming that despite the recording, they, quote, found no credible evidence of any criminal wrongdoing. Okay. Now, for its part, the White House has called the investigation blatantly political. Homan himself did not respond to requests for comments from MSNBC about the original story. But since MSNBC published that scoop, the reporting has been matched in advance by outlets like the New York Times and Reuters and the Washington Post, which is quite telling. Those outlets added fun little pieces of color, too, like how the $50,000 in cash was handed over in a bag from the fast food chain Cava, okay? And more serious details of, too, like this one from the New York Times. That paper reports that law enforcement notified the incoming Trump administration about all of this, and they chose to appoint Homan anyway. No surprise. Now, all weekend, the White House has insisted that Homan has not been involved with awarding any government contracts since his appointment. Yesterday afternoon, the White House just flat out denied Homan even ever took the money, ever even took it. And then last night on Fox News, Homan himself addressed the allegations.
That story is out there, and I imagine you want to respond to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, I did nothing criminal. I did nothing illegal. And it's hit piece after hit piece after hit piece. And I'm glad the FBI and DOJ came out and said, said that nothing illegal happened and nothing, no criminal activity.
No, notice Homan at no point denies actually taking the cash. He just declared that nothing he did was criminal. He just says that Trump's Justice Department and Trump's FBI have cleared him. Nothing to see here, folks. Trump's guys say he's good. Why not just take the Trump administration's word for it? I mean, Lord, just look at their record on public corruption. Yesterday, Notice reported that under Trump, the team at the Justice Department that focused on fighting government corruption has gone from a team of 36 lawyers down to 2 lawyers. That's it, just 2 lawyers, plus a single paralegal. Certainly seems like Trump does not want anyone on the job actually investigating government corruption at all. And that fits a pattern we have been seeing for a while now, because back in January, Trump kicked off his new term by firing inspectors general at various government agencies. He ultimately fired or demoted 20 of them in total. Those are the people who are supposed to investigate corruption inside government agencies. No more need for them, I guess. In February, Trump fired the head of the agency that is supposed to protect government whistleblowers. No more whistles to blow, I suppose. So who needs them? Now, a few days after that, Trump paused Justice Department enforcement of bribery laws for U.S. companies overseas. Who needs those? And then in April, Trump's Justice Department disbanded the unit in charge of investigating cryptocurrency fraud. And that is a great example of Trump administration transparency. You see, this year has been the most lucrative year of Donald Trump's entire life. His net worth has nearly doubled since he won last year's election. And it's not hard to see why. I mean, last week, the New York Times reported that back in May, the ruling family of the UAE deposited $2 billion into the Trump family's crypto startup. 2 weeks later, the White House agreed to allow the UAE access to hundreds of thousands of the world's most advanced and scarce computer chips, despite national security concerns for doing so. Now, I should say that representatives for both the White House and Trump's crypto company deny any connection between the two deals. But wouldn't it be worth looking deeper to see if there is a little bit of a quid pro quo there? Well, now, thanks to Trump, the systems we used to have to investigate stuff like this that we've long had to really get to the truth, those systems are either gone or are a shell of their former selves. But that brings me back to the beautiful simplicity of MSNBC's scoop about Trump's border czar. Tom Homan, and the $50,000 bag of cash in a Cava bag. You see, Homan reportedly took that bag of cash and made that deal on tape. Tape the FBI has, and that Trump himself could order released at any time. So there isn't a ton of investigative work that needs to be done here, really, at all. If the White House wants to deny that story, Kash Patel also runs the FBI, so there's that. If that story is really all just some big misunderstanding out there, why not just release the tape? Sounds familiar, doesn't it?